Welcome back, folks. And when we talk about BacTech Environmental, if you happen to be in the Florida area, folks, coming this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning at the Gaylord Palms in Kissimmee, the World Money Show is there. And our man, Mr. Ross Orr, the president and CEO, which is coming on right now, and we're going to be talking about BacTech Environmental. But Ross is also going to be there with his team. He's going to be in booth number 316. So if you happen to be in the Orlando area, if you've never gone to that show, it's a dynamite show. That show, folks, you can register it for at moneyshow.com. It's free. It goes all day Thursday, all day Friday, and then on Saturday morning. I do want to welcome back Ross Orr, the CEO and president of BacTech Environmental. Now, BacTech, folks, trades in Canada under the symbol BAC. Ross also just got a listing under the OTC symbol as BCCEF. Hey, Ross, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you? Long time no chat.
Yeah, good to be with you. And you guys are making a lot of progress. Can you first, please, we get a few new markets out there, and if you can first just tell the folks, exactly the type of technology that you have, because this is pretty cool, folks, this technology and what they're doing with it.
Okay, we've taken a technology that we've owned for since 1994, I guess, and we've adapted it to cleaning up mine tailings. And effectively what we're doing is using naturally occurring bacteria to oxidize sulfides that are in the tailings and converting them into a benign state. Sulfides tend to oxidize on their own and create acid mine drainage, and acid as it leaves the tailings takes everything with it, like arsenic and copper, heavy metals, etc. So what we're doing is we're just changing the approach of this technology from a mineral process, which is where it's been used in 20 plants around the world, to actually targeting cleaning up tailings where there's metal values that we can recover and do the project for, say, a government at no cost.
And I guess one of the main reasons for that would be the mining business. Number one, we know how tough it is. And whether it's jurisdiction, whether it's getting permits and all that, this is kind of unique. Well, it absolutely is unique in the context that each and every country, no matter what country it is, wants to get rid of the mess that mining has basically done, right?
Right, and the taxpayer's tired, let's face it. I mean, every government out there is broke, and they can't afford to solve these problems. They just spend more of our money. So what we did was we approached the province of Manitoba here in Canada and said, look, you've got $160 million worth of gold in that pile. Let us build the plant at our cost in exchange for us keeping the metal.
Okay.
And that took 2 days to sign because they said,
really?
You're kidding us. And they're getting a royalty out of the deal after we get our capital back as well. So.
Okay, so is that now, so talk to me, so is the Manitoba, is that, are you putting that online now? What is it?
Well, we're in discussions right now with a number of groups to finance the plant.
Okay.
The capital is about $22 million.
Okay.
If we got our capital, say, today, we would start building May 1st, and we would probably be producing gold by the fourth quarter of this year.
Oh, so the plant is not like building an underground mine then, right?
No. Well, that's the nice thing. Everything's sitting on surface. Our drilling for Snow Lake cost us $50,000, and that was really drilling 33 holes through sand.
Okay, so talk to me about Snow Lake. I see this. You just sold, 50% of it for $11 million?
That's what we're doing. We're selling 50% in exchange for about $11 million.
Okay.
And $7 million of that will go to the project. $4 million will come back to BacTech, and then we'll debt finance or offtake finance the other $15 million. One of the things that we're doing now is we realized that we're actually producing a green gold. We're not digging a hole to get gold. We're actually filling in a hole and getting gold. So one of the things we're going to try is maybe talk to some of the jewelry retailers and say, hey, how would you like an exclusive of our production?
Okay.
With the idea that there's no one harmed, so to speak, in the creation of the gold.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Listen, I can see that getting some traction.
You got conflict-free diamonds, you got clean coal. Why not green gold?
Right. No. Well, the thing is, so talk to me about you're at the beginning, folks. What Ross was talking about at the beginning of the interview, BacTech normally would be just a miner, just like everything else. And then I think Ross figured out that, hey, listen, all this tailing is out there, and and I may have a much better way of basically getting ore basically for nothing, right? Well, not for nothing because you have to bill it.
Market.
Yeah,
huge market. Because the old days, all they did was they put a clay cap over it.
Okay.
And basically they treated the water for 50 years or 100 years.
Right.
So that's a great contract for an engineering company, and that's who we're butting heads with mostly is the engineers, because we're bringing a new way of solving a very, very old problem.
So was Snow Lake your first project?
It's the first one we're doing in the environmental space.
Oh, congratulations, man! That's huge, man. That's huge. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's put us on the map, and I'm going to tell you that. Literally 10 minutes ago, one of my guys just walked in the door, and he said the Bolivians just signed the deal.
Oh, let's talk about that then.
We have a deal with Comibol, which is the state mining company of Bolivia.
Okay.
They've got 26-odd projects, but we're focusing on one that has very, very high silver and copper grades. Now, we're no dummies. We know that you can't build a plant in Bolivia these days because the government there hasn't treated private enterprise all that nicely.
Okay.
So part of the agreement was we said the only way we're going to do a deal with you is if we can export that concentrate somewhere else to another bioleach plant somewhere else. And I think we'll probably build one in Peru, because that way we can access the Peruvian tails, which there are a lot of, as well as the Chilean. And I'm already talking to some groups about a 50-50 deal. I don't want to be the lone man standing in Peru. I want to partner.
Yeah, no, you want a big. I'm with you there. So in Brazil, you are actually gonna.
Bolivia.
In Bolivia, I'm sorry. In Bolivia, okay. In Bolivia, you're going to take the tailings out of Bolivia first. Or you take the concentrate out.
No, exactly. You can put flotation in for a relatively modest amount of money.
I can.
So that's my exposure.
Okay.
But right beside these tailings this Telemayo that we did the assays on,
yes,
and got 9 ounces of silver and I think 1.5% copper in the tailings. So before we even concentrate it,
okay.
I mean, we should end up with 100 ounces of silver in a concentrate. I mean, that's value.
No, that's
there's a railway track right there. So out it goes, out of the country. Well, so that's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Well, because the bottom line, I guess, inside the business plan is that knowing that these countries stop making deals, well, you know how much is out there, and folks, there's mining tailings probably going back to the beginning of we're talking hundreds of years, but when did they start using arsenic? Because that's the stuff that you're really getting out of there, right?
They don't use arsenic. Arsenic is a natural element that's in the rock.
Oh.
And what you're doing is you're exposing it, you're liberating it through mining, and of course, and that's that famous arsenopyrite. Every bioleach plant in the world treats arsenopyrite, including the Snow Lake plant.
Okay.
So when those sulfides break down because they're exposed to the elements, then the arsenic becomes like a runaway train.
I see.
It's on the loose now.
Okay.
And it ends up in the lake in Snow Lake, and that's where they get their drinking water. So that can't go on for.
I get it.
For too long.
So now it looks to me like you get that country, Bulgaria. Were you talking with Bulgaria too?
Good friend of mine ran the Chelopech mine for Dundee in Bulgaria for 6 or 7 years and married a local gal, and he said to me, "You've got to come and see what they've got over here, because it's all Russian mining." And in the old days, it was very important for the guy running the mine to make sure he delivered the amount of metal that they told him to deliver.
Yes.
So they weren't delicate.
They kill him.
So, or Siberia, one of the two. So effectively, the recoveries were not very good. So you end up having fairly high-grade tailings there. I've been over twice and met the government twice. We've hired a local guy to work with Laurie Marsland, my friend, and our new shareholder, Option 3 out of London, will be a 50-50 partner with us going into those projects, and they're really the money guys. So that's nice to have.
And I guess you're looking also to do a large copper arsenic plant.
That would also be copper gold and with arsenic, exactly. Much like the one up in Yellowknife that we're still chasing as well, the giant mine. There's 900,000 ounces of gold there, owned by the federal government, and they want to bury it. And we're saying, no, guys, look at the model for Manitoba. let us build a plant, reprocess it. You'll make money on the deal as opposed to spending.
That's sweet that you have Manitoba, too, because Manitoba's huge, folks, okay? And not only that, it's a mining capital, so the rest of the world's going to look on that. Now, listen, folks, if you happen to be in Florida, Ross is going to be in booth number 316 at the Money Show. He's going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning. If you're not there, well, come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see this interview here. Number one is going to be up on the Tiger TV, Channel 3 and Channel 4. Bottom line, you can hit the BacTech Environmental banner, learn all about it. If you're up in Canada, it changes under the symbol BAC. In the United States, BCCEF. Ross, you have a great one, safe one. Of course, I look forward to seeing you at the Money Show.
You bet. See you there.
Coming right back, folks. You stay right there.